is Craig Whispering Storyteller, and I hope you are well. So today we're going to talk all about Greggs, which is a fast food chain here in the UK. Primarily, historically, it was connected only to the northeast of England, which is where I'm from, and but it has grown arms and legs and has become so popular around the whole country now. So what is Greggs, first of all? Well, if we switch the camera down to below, we can talk all about it. So Greggs is a very, very strange place for me because it is a place which sells fast food, it sells hot sandwiches, it sells coffee, tea, soup, but it also specialises in bakeries, in pastries. So us Brits love a good pasty. What is a pasty? Well, we're going to actually have a look at a few things that I bought, and we'll have a taste, and we'll have a rating if you like. Why don't we do that? So I went yesterday and I just bought 5 items. Now the first thing is Greggs do this whole sustainability thing really well. They don't do any plastics at all. Everything comes in paper. And that is the Greggs logo. It's 4 little squares. Okay, let's have a look. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, but it's really hard when you've got this crinkly paper bag. So there we go, we have got 5 items. So without further ado, let's have a look at the very, very first item. You can see there we have quite an extensive vegan range, which is really good. And that's what it looks like. It is, well, looking at the Greggs website here, it explains it as deliciously light puff pastry with seasoned corn filling. The most hotly debated sausage roll since, well, the sausage roll. Unless you were living under a very large, heavy rock for most of 2019, you may have noticed that Greggs rustled up some serious feathers for Veganuary. It's cold actually. I think you're supposed to have these warm, but I did get these yesterday. So we will have a taste. To me, this tastes very much like sausage meat. I would never think that I was eating anything which was meat-free. And the pastry is very, very crumbly. So when we say puff pastry, it tends to be very flaky, very buttery, and can be quite messy. So when you buy your Greggs, the great thing is you just eat it from the paper. is kind of how you'd eat your Greggs in the street. Just holding it in the paper. You know what? I think this is really nice. I would never, like I said before, think that I was eating Quorn. But what is Quorn? I'm going to have to look up Quorn. So I've got my MacBook here. So Quorn. So according to this, Quorn is a meat substitute product and originated in the UK and is sold primarily in Europe, but it's available in 11 countries. But what is it? What actually is it? All Quorn foods contain mycoprotein as an ingredient, and it is derived from a fungus. So it's dried and mixed with egg white, which acts as a binder, and then adjusted in texture and pressed in various forms. So that explains it, but this is very, very, very tasty. And again, the sausage roll is very, very popular in the UK, like all pastries are. Do you get these in the US? I'm really not sure if you get this kind of food. I can't ever remember seeing anything like this. But that is the vegan sausage roll, and I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. Much better heated up, obviously, because it's cold. But it's quite nice. I would definitely eat it, but it wouldn't be my first choice. So that is the vegan sausage roll. And if you want to look closely at it, and you can see the Quorn inside as well. It's very nice. Highly recommended. Okay, so I have switched things around a little bit. Because I found that eating these cold just wasn't quite the same, so I paused the video. I stuck these in the oven, well, 2 of them in the oven, and so now I'm back. So okay, so I'm going to sample next a mince pie. So let's have a look at the mince pie. So here is the mince pie. And looking at that, this is a classic mince pie, quite messy to eat. So if I take it out of the tray, whoops, almost fell apart there. So it comes in these foil dishes. But the mince pie itself is pastry, and inside it is filled with mince, which is beef, minced beef, and onion. So this is freshly warmed up from the oven, and it's much nicer when it's warm, but when it's cold the meat goes really dry and it just isn't quite as nice. But these are really yummy, but very, very, very messy. So if you can see the mince inside of it. And it's all like, it's lovely because it's mince in some kind of gravy. It actually tastes much nicer than it looks. Okay. Right, I'm going to go in with this one, but I'm going to take off a little bit. This is not going to be very easy to eat. There you go. These are great. These are so yummy. The warm pastry just crumbles in the mouth, and the mince is just so smooth and very tasty. Now there's a Greggs in just about every high street here in the northeast. And sometimes even, this is hilarious, in the place where I live there's a Greggs, a shop in the middle, then another Greggs. So it's almost like, it's like the McDonald's, if you like, of the northeast. There's probably just as many Greggs as there is McDonald's or Burger King or one of the other big chains. But the mince pie is very nice. But eating a mince pie from a packet in a street when you're on the go is incredibly messy. I always feel like I need a drink when I eat one of these as well. Yeah. Very nice. I do feel like I want a drink. I'm just going to go and get one. There you go. I've got a drink. I've got a right mess on this table. It's really hard to do these videos and try and keep some sense of order. But I do love the mince pie. I would give the mince pie a 4.5 out of 5. There's something about the texture, but it's got to be a warm mince pie. A cold mince pie just does not work at all. Moving swiftly on. I've got another savoury. This is a pasty. And like a pie, a pasty basically is filling inside of some pastry. So the pastry is very crumbly. You can see where it's been, it's had egg wash on it. So they brush this egg on it, which gives it this nice shiny finish. And it's like a lattice style of finish. And it's not very thick, but it's full of filling. You get different kind of pasties. You get corned beef pasties, which are great. So corned beef is salt cured brisket of beef, and it has been so the term comes from the treatment of the meat with large grained rock salt, also called corns of salt. Sometimes sugar and spices are added to corned beef recipes. You also get sausage and bean melts. We get chicken bakes. We get steak bakes. I can't remember what this one is, to be honest. I can't really remember, but we're going to find out what it is. But there's lots of different fillings of pasties that you can get in Greggs. Let's see what this one is. It's corned beef. It's corned beef. Let's have a taste. is, I'm just looking on the Greggs website, and you can get cheese and onion bake, steak bake, but this is a corned beef. Okay, that's interesting. I've just looked on the Greggs website, and apparently these are very popular in the northeast of England, but not anywhere else. They were tried in London a few years back, but they were very unpopular, so the Greggs in London don't tend to use these at all, but they're very, very nice. So it's mixed with potato and corned beef, but the texture with the crumbly puff pastry, it is really nice to eat. It's amazing to think that nobody else likes them apart from us. So, corned beef pasty or corned beef bake is a quintessential northeast recipe. But there's something about the combination of the salty beef with the pasty, with the pastry, that really works. And sorry about the eating sounds. People say they like to hear the eating sounds, so I'll just leave it in. But that's the corned beef pasty, and I really recommend you trying this. But you'd have to come to the northeast. I really didn't know they weren't available anywhere else. But that is the corned beef pasty. Again, I'm not going to eat all of them. If I was to try all of them, I'd be very full indeed for the rest of the day. But I give a corned beef pasty a solid 4.5 out of 5. They are yummy. Just don't sound very appealing, that's all. Or maybe it's because I've been kind of brought up with this kind of food. Right. Just get another drink of water. So it's nice to kind of rinse your palate before you try something new. Alright, we're going to look at a couple of sweet things. So Greggs, as I say, they do hot food, they do drinks, they do quite a large range of fast food. So this here is a nice donut. So again, the donuts are really nice and sugary, and you get these lovely pink icing with these hundreds and thousands. So these hundreds and thousands, I just love how kind of crunchy they are. And again, it's a combination of the sweetness of the donut and the fondant icing with the sugary hard hundreds and thousands. I do love a good donut, I must admit, especially when they're freshly baked. They are so yummy and so nice. But this is, I'm not sure what they're called. I know it's a donut, but I don't know if they've got a name for it. But yeah, I do enjoy these. Very, very simple, but just lovely. Let's have a break it open and have a look at the texture inside. Yeah, so it's quite fluffy, the donut itself. a sweet tooth. It's really nice. Again, I just love the combination of the textures. So good. So incredibly good. I give that a 4.5 out of 5 as well. Really nice. Greggs also do a sugar-coated donuts that you can buy. You can get donuts with jam in as well. I could definitely finish that one off. Right, okay, so I'm gonna just cleanse my palate again with some water. Okay, for the last item I am gonna try, this is probably my favourite, and it is another sweet item. It's not looking so good because it's been inside here since yesterday afternoon, but when this was on the shelf, when it was purchased, it would have been lovely, but it's been flattened a little bit and probably looks a little bit worse for wear. Yeah, bless it. Let's see where. Yeah. Okay. This is a peach Melba, and again it's encased on this foil dish. So this is sweet pastry, and it's really nice. But this is a peach Melba, and it is slices of peach inside of this, but then it's filled with this lovely cream. Then it's topped with this really soft, chewy fondant, and it doesn't sound very appealing, but this is absolutely amazing. So it's going to be very messy, and I do apologise. Yeah, doesn't look very appealing, not the way I'm presenting it, but it is absolutely yummy. Now what makes it work for me is the fondant. The fondant and the cream just are the perfect combination, and the little bits of peach inside there, you can probably see just a couple of glimpses of it there. It just works, and the pastry is crumbly, and it's just a delight. There you can see the peach. I mean, it looks like a dog's dinner just because it's been flattened in the bag. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. It is absolutely so tasty. and it's all over. My pooch actually loves peach Melbas as well. So, peach Melba was a resounding 5 out of 5. Gorgeous. The donut was a 4.5 out of 5. The corned beef pasty, 4.5 out of 5, as was the mince pie. And the vegan sausage roll, I think I give it a 3.5, which I stand by. So there we go, there is some Greggs. There's a mountain of other things I can buy from Greggs, but if you did like this video, let me know in the comments and I can do a sequel with a whole new, different 5 items, etc. And okay, without further ado, I will say goodbye.